What's good, everybody? What's good? I got an audio for you guys tonight. I want to talk about that the journey is the destination. Go ahead, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to hear from you guys. Definitely let me know what you guys are thinking out here, how you guys see it out here, how you see the game, everything. Definitely, I want to hear from you guys. So let's just jump in. Let's just get started, man. The journey is the destination, right? I don't know if you ever heard too many people talk about that or say that, but a lot of times, and it's just a natural thing. I know for men, it's a natural thing that we tend to look at things very black and white and don't really see how anything is in between. So it's either a success or it's either a failure. That's usually the mindset that a lot of men have, because that's just how we're wired. We're wired in that sense, like that it doesn't matter what we did we accomplish the goal, right? And so, sometimes you're going to come up short. It's life, there will be moments, there will be times when you don't accomplish what it is that you set out to do, whatever that may be. That could be something small, that could be something in between, that could be something big. It happens, right? But a lot of times that success and failure aspect of it can paralyze people. It could paralyze a person in the sense of that they don't want to, try again because they had that failure or they had that situation happen to them and they got rejected, and that rejection could come in many different forms. It can come in many different ways, but it's one of those things where it's just not trying because of just going through that failure. And I mean, it's not a laughing matter. It's never a laughing matter. And the reason why I say it that way is because, for some people, it really is a big deal, but it doesn't define you. Right. And that's the issue that has to be sought after, is the fact that it's not something that you have to look at and say, dang, okay, I did not accomplish this goal, therefore my overall success in life is a failure. No, that's why the journey is the destination. Because remember, a lot of times in your journey to achieve something, you're going to go through failures. You're going to go through pitfalls. You're going to go through different things that will not get you to where you need to get to. You have to understand that a lot of times you don't go from A to B. Sometimes you're going to go A to F to Q to Y, back to C, D, and then you get to B. It's just what it is. Are there situations where you can go directly A to B? Yes, I'm not saying that there isn't, but more often than not, there's going to be different things along the way. So what does the journey represent? Basically, the journey just represents everything that you're doing up to the point of where your destination is going to lead to. And really, your destination shouldn't really be your destination. Your destination should just be a check mark, so to speak, of where you are in anything that you're doing, right? So let's just say, for example, your goal is to make $10,000 a month, right? That you wrote it down. Hey, I'm going to make $10,000 a month. That's going to be my goal. You may not know how you're going to get there, but at least you have it written down. You have your mindset on it. You're speaking it. You're doing all those things, right? So now this is where the journey starts to begin in that. So now you're starting to see, okay, this is the goal, but now how do we go from speaking it, writing it, thinking it, to seeing it happen? And so that's what the journey is. The journey is going to be between those two things. Now, through all of that, like I said, you're going to experience all different things that's going to come your way that is not going to get you directly to that. You may have to go through different pitfalls. You may have to go through different things. So you may end up, for instance, 10,000 being your goal, you're trying to apply maybe to 2 jobs, but it doesn't work out that way. Or you're trying to apply to one where, maybe this one particular position pays you 200,000 a year, right? Which would definitely reach your goal of 10,000 a month, right? But it doesn't work out. It doesn't happen, right? So your journey now is going to be, okay, this door did not open. So now it's like, okay, let's just keep going. We're not stopping. We're not quitting. We're going to keep going in this thing. We're going to continue to move in that direction because that's the goal that we set for this particular thing, right? And so now you realize through your journey that, okay, now all of a sudden you start to meet the right person, and that right person now has led you to an opportunity. Now, all of a sudden, you got an opportunity to, let's say, work for somebody who, they give you a chance to say, hey, since you were making 50,000 a year, you're going to make 90,000 a year now. So now you've already started to see that increase happen, because now you're going from 50 to 90,000. So that 90,000 now is helping you to get to that goal. Now, obviously 90,000 a year doesn't equate to 10,000 a month, but you're now doing the legwork now through that journey. So now you're having that. Now all of a sudden you realize, hey, I like to create stuff. I like to create merchandise. And now all of a sudden you start to, create a page for yourself as far as the merchandise that you are making and the merchandise that you're selling, right? And now all of a sudden, so you're running a little side business, right? And it's not really clicking right away, but you stay with it. You still have that $90,000 a year job, but now you're creating something on the side. Now all of a sudden you start to realize maybe 6 months to a year that side hustle that you're having now is starting to make profit now. And let's say you're starting to make an extra, 10,000, 20,000 now. So now you have that 20,000 with that 90,000, that puts you at 110,000, right? And now all of a sudden now you start to reach closer and closer to that goal. But let's just say through all of that, you took some of that money that you had at your first job and you started to invest it. And you start to put that investment into other things. And then you start to see that investment grow into something more in that 6 months to a year. Now, all of a sudden, with all that going, now you're starting to hit that goal of 10,000 a month, just like that. Now, like I told you, granted, you didn't go from point A to point B. You had to go through many different avenues to reach that goal. But you now start to hit that goal. But it's the journey that it took to hit that goal and everything that you had to do in order to make that a reality, right? And that's what the journey is supposed to represent. And that's the fun part about being on something like that. And you want to have that mindset of being on a journey that leads you to something more, because that's what motivates us as people, is the fact of, we're going somewhere with something that we want to do. We're going somewhere with something that we like to do. We've been built for that as people, to be able to explore and to kind of see and to kind of, understand what is possible out here, and to take whatever is possible out here to now make that into reality, right? And that's what the journey is supposed to do. And here's the thing with the journey as well, too. The journey is also supposed to teach you certain things. So let's say you in the beginning, like I said, going back to the first scenario, this person applied for a $200,000 a year job, $200,000 a year, and didn't get it. And through that rejection, they learned that, hey, you know what? If I would have had that $200,000 a year job, I wouldn't have been able to create my own business. I wouldn't have been able to start to do arts and crafts. Let's say that merchandising was part of your arts and crafts, right? And now you start to realize that, hey, you know what? I had a skill that I did not know I had in me. So now you're starting to utilize a skill, based off of what it is that you experience on the front end of that rejection. And that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to teach you things. It's supposed to provide wisdom. It's supposed to give you that understanding and that realization that, oh, wow, okay, I did not know that this was possible, this was available. And now you're starting to now tap into things within yourself that you didn't realize was there. And that's what it's supposed to do. That's what this journey is supposed to be about. It's supposed to strengthen you as you go. You're supposed to be wiser. You're supposed to be smarter. You're supposed to have more creativity flowing from you, because we've been made to be creative beings, and to take that level of creativity and then utilize that level of creativity to make something great, to make something that the world can enjoy, that the world can experience, just based off of what it is that you discover along your path, right? And so that's what it's supposed to do, and that's how it's supposed to be. And so the journey is the destination. And sometimes you can hit that goal of 10,000 a month now. And now you realize, okay, we hit 10,000. So why not go from 10,000 to 20,000? Now you've understood what it took to get to 10,000. So that journey is now leading you to 20 and then to 40, whatever it is that you want to do. But just understand that the destination and the journey are the same, because it all ties itself together. And it really just is supposed to help you to grow into the person that you're supposed to be. And so keep that in mind, guys, especially when you're going through this journey, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to help you discover things about yourself that you didn't know, and it's supposed to help strengthen you as you go on your journey. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end this audio right here. Go ahead, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next audio. Peace.